So this video was sent to me and it is from the channel Manosphere Highlights Daily. I've come across this channel many a times before. I'm a big fan of their channel. I'm sure they've covered videos of myself before, which was really enjoyable. And yeah, you should definitely go check them out. Manosphere Highlights Daily.
This is not a diss video. I repeat, this is not a diss video. We're not attacking this female content creator in our space, but we are coming after the Simpjutsu Masters today. And this content creator, she's the perfect example of why Simpjutsu Masters ain't going anywhere. So make sure you stick around, because it might sound like we're dissing Christine, but we're really not. Let's get into it.
Ain't that a man?
In the intro, she says something important twice.
I am reacting to a video sent in by one of you lovely people. So this is just a reminder, if you have a video that you'd be interested in hearing my thoughts or take on, then you can send videos over to me. So this video was sent to me and it is from the channel Manosphere Highlights Daily.
So apparently you guys wanted her to react to a video that we made. How did we even find out she made a reaction? Because YouTube shows you who's using your content. And apparently, she used over 90% of our video to react to. Now, the reason react is on screen in quotes is because she wasn't really reacting. Our original video is 8 minutes and 47 seconds long. Guess how long her actual commentary was? 53.24 seconds. She basically just let the whole thing play while making faces. If you're a quality over quantity kind of guy, her 53 seconds basically tell you what you already knew.
I feel like these numbers are even skewed themselves. I feel like they say there's like 5% of utility workers that are women, but realistically, I don't even think it's that. But I'm sure if you looked at frontline, it would be like 99.9% men. That 92% is based off everyone who works in the military. To mind for me right now, what's really interesting is that I think it was in Iceland. I covered a story probably 2 years ago now. All of the women went on strike and it made practically no difference to their society whatsoever. And it's just crazy that that was in a whole country and it made no difference to the effectiveness of anything to do with the function of the country. However, for just a few days, you know, men stopped working in a specific area and it affects the whole country, if not, you know, a large area of the country.
It's pitch black.
You don't hear about this stuff.
Carbon monoxide poisoning. Some videos just aren't made to be reacted to because the product is already solid. So Miss just diluted the product. Just like Frank Lucas said,
I got a problem because I don't understand why you got to take something that's perfectly good and mess it up.
Exactly. Why take something that's perfectly good and mess it up? Because she knows this is what you want to see. Remember what she said.
I am reacting to a video sent in by one of you lovely people.
We all know who those people are. We're talking about men. Only 3% of women watch these videos. And most of them are content creators like her, getting intel to use for their own benefit. And guess what? She knows that too.
But the point is that men taking the red pill is completely different for men and for women. Men taking the red pill, of course, you're going to hope that that incites some kind of self-improvement. You're going to hope that men stop simping for women. Men stop allowing women to treat them like crap. Men stop just taking all of this constant attack that they receive and they're saying enough is enough. However, taking the red pill for women is completely different. And the problem is that women aren't taking the red pill. That's the issue that with red pill content. The issue with red pill content is that not enough women are taking it because they get too offended. They get too in their feelings. They can't listen to something for more than 5 minutes without just going, well, he's stupid and da-da-da-da-da, so I'm going to click off of it. That's why I do what I do. And, you know, I see the numbers in my audience. I know most of you guys are men, but I want my content to reach more women. I want women to listen because I would like to think that, okay, I know I can make some, you know, tongue-in-cheek comments every now and then, but when I speak to women, you know, I want them to understand because red pill content is beneficial for women.
We've been in this space too long not to see this foolishness. Look at the title of her video. Women learn the hard way they can't survive without man. Does that title cater to women or to men? You think YouTube's gonna recommend that to a female audience? Look at Matthew Hussey's channel. It's obvious he's targeting women. That's why he stays far away from Red Pill Truth. If he didn't, he'd lose his audience overnight. Same thing with Christine. Remember Rebecca Lynn Pope? She quit matchmaking because women were too much. But what happened when she tried to flip-flop?
But I promised I would come on and just share my viewpoints on why women are just many women. I'm not going to say all women, but many women are very, very unrealistic about their standards for men, dating, and marriage. Men who are hurting, a lot of men who are bitter, a lot of men who have had their hearts hurt by women, took one video I did about some women having too high of expectations, and some women being too influenced by social media, and that some women are barracudas, and some women of all colors, not black women. I see it in white women, Puerto Rican women, all types of women.
Exactly. Rebecca had a female audience, and she was losing them because she was catering to men. So she did damage control, flip-flopped, told women what they wanted to hear to keep her numbers. We make our videos for men. That's why we start every single one with our trademark intro. And guess what? Christine cut the trademark out of her video. It's 30 days, no men. Would the world go boss its way to survival? Or would it collapse under its own attitude? Let's find out. Everyone loves to say, we're all equal. Why? Because that intro says, this video is not for you, miss. We already know. It doesn't matter what you tell these women. Their behavior is societal. Only when the environment changes will the behavior change with it. That's why men need to understand their worth and their power, because women won't do anything for them when the system collapses. This is where you guys come in. Let's roll the clip that stirred things up, because some of you didn't want to hear the truth. Fast forward to your office. No women, no awkward elevator rides. No, that joke was inappropriate. It's quiet, productive, focused, also kinda weird. See, the post-Me Too world made one thing clear. Workplaces became legal minefields. Men withdrew. Meetings got colder. Collaboration got awkward. Now, that tension is gone, but so is the balance. Even the news feels off. The male anchor delivers the facts, sharp, steady, professional. But without the counterbalance of a woman, it's all one tone, one face, and yeah, you feel the difference. The female voice, that shift in tone, that contrast in delivery, that human layer, gone. Now, there's no office drama, but there's also no contrast, no tonal shift, no complementary presence, just straight line execution, all gas, no counterweight. The vibe didn't vanish, it shifted. Less gut instinct, less nuance in the room, less of that unspoken something women bring, until it's not there. And that's the clip some of you didn't want to hear, because it stung. It wasn't saying men need women in their spaces, it was showing what happens when the balance disappears. When the energy shifts, the silence feels off. Not because something's missing, but because we got used to the distraction. That's the uncomfortable truth. You see? That's what the female content creator actually brings here. Presence. Not perspective, not research, not new ideas. Just presence. And this video proves it. You didn't click for insight. You clicked for validation. You wanted her to nod along with a message you already agreed with. That's the transaction. Attention for affirmation. Notice how no one in the comments calls it out. Notice how there are no women in that comment section. Just men. Because it's not about learning, it's about comfort. And you know what's funny?
All women in conservative media, they're all mids. Tommy Lauren, I would say Young was the most attractive mid we had. Candace Owens is cute. Is she beautiful? No. Brett Cooper, beautiful? No. There's a reason they go into conservative media. They're all failed actresses. They're not hot enough to make it in Hollywood. If we were hot enough to be in Playboy, we would be in Playboy. Do you know what I mean?
It's the men in the comments who come rushing in to defend these women, praising their looks like they're goddesses just for agreeing with us. But let's be real. Who cares if they're mid or not? What's the value they bring to this space? Because at the end of the day, it's not about looks, it's about impact. The only female content creator I ever listened to seriously was Karen Strawn. Girl writes what?
Now, my argument is that men and women are not equal, but it's not because women lack status or rights or protections under the law that are at least as good as those given to men. It is actually because they are held less accountable, they have fewer obligations to others, to society and to government, and because they are held less responsible for their actions, particularly when they are bad actors. So essentially,
she was in the trenches long before it was trendy, a real men's rights activist, debating feminists head on, taking arrows for this movement when it wasn't profitable or popular. That's what contribution looks like, not lip-syncing red pill quotes or rereading men's talking points with a soft smile for clicks. Big difference.
so if we're going to put more responsibility on men, they should have more rights. If we're going to put less responsibility on women, they should have fewer rights. Those are the only two ways that I can see it working. And personally, I would really prefer the first one to the second one. But I don't think it's sustainable what we're doing now.
So now that we've separated real contribution from content cosplay, let's talk about why this kind of content even works. Because that's the part nobody wants to admit. The truth is, this validation loop feels like discovery, but it's really deja vu. You think you're learning something new, but all you're getting is the same talking points with a female presence. And you can't even blame Christine, because we're the enablers. No one's forcing you to watch these female creators in this space, just like no one's forcing you to watch OnlyFans models. The reason this ship keeps floating is because Simpjutsu practitioners keep it afloat. There's a reason why we make these what if videos, to show what happens when men stop enabling the foolishness. When men truly opt out, everything collapses. But that's not gonna happen, because the simp is part of the male DNA. Men are wired to be attracted to the opposite sex. To manage that biological urge, you've got to discipline yourself. See, here's the real problem with simping. It doesn't just make you look weak. It funds the very system that keeps you powerless. Every view, every like, every donation to these female creators is digital currency that tells the algorithm, keep showing us this. And guess what? The real red pill creators, the ones telling you to improve yourself, build discipline, and walk away from validation, get buried. Simping isn't harmless. It's participation. It's the reason why the same women who laughed at red pill talking points 2 years ago are now monetizing them. They saw that you would pay for it. So if you really want to change the game, stop feeding the machine. Let the simps keep watching, but don't join them, because every click you give them is one step back to the plantation. As the saying goes in this space, most men are just a BJ away from going back to the plantation. Don't be that guy.
Management, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.